How are we all doing today? My name is Anima, and I have another Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi battle for you, this time against Master Shake from the Lady and the Pimp's Twitch.tv stream. So, I'm going to hit Battle Splat, yes, that's the one. That's the exact one, yep, that is the one, do you understand? Do you understand me? So, Master Shake has brought an incredibly scary team, but mind you, I say that about pretty much every single thing I see in the NU tier. Now, I just know that little combuskin thing has more than enough power to destroy my whole life. But before I get too scared, too freaked out, let me let you know what I am bringing. So I am bringing MVP, the Swadloon, Atlas, the Bastiodon, Jeeves, the Samurott, Just the Swallow, Gesundheit, the Raichu, and Wendigo, the Shiftry. So, my opponent has brought a Combuskin, a Rotom Fanny, a Lapras, a Metang, Delcatty, and Swallow. It's a bloody good job I brought a Scarfed Raichu now, isn't it? So what I do feel inclined to do is actually to lead with my Gesundheit, and yeah, I do feel very inclined to just lead with the Gesundheit. Don't really see an awful lot wrong with that. I would like to lead with MVP. Honestly, just to be able to get a chance to get up my sticky web. but it's too predictable, and plus I can see that Combuskin there, and those things, they can just do shit. Like, I'm expecting a Focus Sash, Swords Dance, Speed Boost, blah blah blah, maybe a substitute Baton Pass flavor, or even then it could just be an independent sweeper on its own. So here is the Combuskin. I think even after a speed boost, I will be able to outspeed it. Thank you, Scarf. So, let's see, I am kind of just anticipating the Protect here. Yeah, I'm kind of just anticipating the Protect. Does anyone have a priority move that I can just destroy everything with? I tell you what, right? I'm gonna start spamming the Volt Switch. I know the Protect is coming. Oh, no Protect, so this is not quite what I thought it was. The Volt Switch does take it down to half, and I am feeling a little concerned. Could be going for the substitute though. Which would be quite interesting. Don't really know what to do now. Could be going for the sub, or it could just be farting around. Okay, right. So, I do think that Jeeves would be able to handle it. But Swallow would be able to handle it too. We can all handle it today. I take so long to make these decisions. It's annoying. Let's just go into. I love Jeeves' ability to pull out the bag last minute though. But never mind. Let's just go into Jeeves. Because Jeeves is a very good and very direct threat to this thing, as they actually go for the rock side, anticipating the Swallow to come in. So good bloody job, I didn't decide to do any of that bullshit. So seeing the rock side is interesting. That is interesting indeed, which tells me that this might not be a completely insane, offensive, frightening fucking demon. I do kind of want to go for a substitute, as I don't think that this thing can straight up take me out with whatever it wants to go for, so I think that's what I'm going to do. Actually, I'm going to go for a substitute, as my opponent does withdraw, so that's nice. There is no Ice Punch. Judging from that damage, I'm not really sure what it's about. Yeah. If this is the Dragon Dance variant, then we are in for a good time, because I will be able to encore this Lapras into Dragon Dance. So, Jeeves has managed to set up his substitute, and I'm feeling pretty good, although the tragedy is Lapras is stupidly bulky. Let's just go for a Hydro Pump, because it's the most damage that I can do. Oh shit, whoops. Okay, it's a Water Absorb. As he does go for... Whoa, crap, goes for Thunder. Holy shit. Okay, that was kind of just like a non-series of events. Regardless, I'm going to stay in and go for the Ice Beam. Because there's not really anything else I can particularly do. Thunder's accuracy is really bad, so it's not like it was too crazy that it missed, and this Thunder is also going to miss. Are we going to see leftovers on the Lapras? Because that would motivate me to move, definitely. It is a bit of a shame that my opponent's second Thunder missed. It is a bit of a shame. Lapras is stupidly bulky, so this Ice Beam is like 4 times resisted. And that sucks. But I actually think what I'm going to do is go for the Encore here and Encore him into Thunder, and then get Raichu in here. Okay. After seeing how little damage the Ice Beam did do, so this Thunder is actually going to miss again, and Jeeves is going to sit here all happy. And that's alright. I do feel sort of tempted to stay in, just to try and get some more lefties recovery. I do feel quite tempted to do that. Let's see, he's got three turns of Encore left. I'm just going to go for an Ice Beam here, just to get a bit more lefties recovery, as my opponent does in fact stay in. This might seem incredibly ridiculous, though I'm not doing any damage whatsoever, honestly. So this is the next Thunder, and I'm going to get just a little smidge of lefties recovery. Every little bit helps, because honestly, you don't even know. You don't even know. I am going to go out into Gesundheit now, and I really do hope that the Lightning Rod does kick off. Yeah, that's my plan. Try and get the Lapras to be encored into Thunder, and then get a Lightning Rod from it. So my special attack is going to rise, and that's really, really, really good. So, yeah, I wonder. I do kind of want to go for a Volt Switch here, just because I don't think this Lapras is going to want to take any of that noise. Obviously not going to go for Thunder again, are you? So I think what I'm actually going to do... I think I am just going to go for the Volt Switch, as my opponent does withdraw, so it is a bloody good job I did go for the Volt Switch. So that's nice. Out comes Metang. From the way my opponent has brought it in, I'm going to assume that this is a specially defensive Metang with the Eviolite, but that still does a remarkable amount of damage, making me feel like I should have stayed in. So thank you, Gesundheit. Thank you, me, for that wonderful misplay. I am going to go into Wendigo here, because Wendigo does have the knockoff, and it would be extremely nice to get rid of the Metang's Eviolite. Seeing how well it took that, I do assume that it's Eviolite, but who knows? Let's get rid of its item though real quick. That'd be super, wouldn't it? As my opponent is going to withdraw, let's get rid of something's item at least. Into whom? Into Swallow. I'm gonna get rid of your friggin' orb, dude. Or whatever you're holding. Or just straight up Oko. Oh my god! Shiftry! You're bananas! So that's a huge threat out of the way. That wasn't to do with any intelligence on my behalf, and honestly, I think my opponent was expecting the grass type move. So yes. I'm not too excited about this thing coming out. Let me tell you that. So the fire type move is very obvious. It could be banded though. It could be banded, is the thought. It could be banded. The last time this thing was here, I did switch into Jeeves. Oh, Christ. I don't know what to go for. I mean, it could go for a Fire Punch or a Close Combat. MVP can definitely take the Close Combat, but cannot take a Fire Punch, full stop, no. The Fighting type move would be super effective against Wendigo, against Atlas, and would do good damage to Jeeves. But I can't risk it. I'm just going to go into Jeeves. I can't risk the fire type move. I really can't. Because it would be 4 times effective on my Swadloon, and that would be just... be really wicked. So my opponent does go for the Sky Uppercut, and this is going to do a good amount of damage to Jeeves. The Jeeves... I really don't think it's banded. I really don't think it's banded now, but it's going to be fast as holy hell, which is going to suck ass. But my Swallow does exist. My Swallow does exist, and yeah, I could just let Jeeves go down now. Huh. Could let Jeeves go down. You are a problem, Combuskin. You are a huge problem, and I don't like you very much. Regardless, let's just go for a Hydro Pump. On the off chance my opponent decides to go for an SD, my opponent is going to withdraw, going into Lapras probably. Which is fine. That's fine. Honestly, that's fine. The Hydro Pump is going to ensure that this Lapras gets a clean switch in. They could just go for Thunder, but I don't think they are after seeing what happened with the Raichu last time. So do I have enough health to make a sub? I don't actually think I do. I do feel like an Ice Beam is coming instead, so I'm actually going to stay in and go for an Ice Beam myself. I know it doesn't do any damage, it doesn't do any damage, but I don't want to switch. And I do feel like this thing isn't going to go for a Thunder. It does actually go for the Toxic, which is a bit shit on Jeeves, because of Jeeves' bulk, and that's going to cancel out my lefties quite terribly. So my opponent is going to go for that Toxic, and that's very sad. My poor Jeeves, my Jeeves Christ, is going to get bitched by the Toxic. I don't really see an Ice Beam coming, but I don't honestly want to switch, to tell you the truth. I just can't be bothered. I feel like going into Atlas. Because this thing is... I tell you what, I feel like going into Atlas, so I'll tell you what, that's what I'm going to do. Atlas, you are especially defensive, so I do think you can take it. Jeeves, I think you'll be useful later on. Perhaps as death fodder, but that is still useful, as the Ice Beam comes, and Atlas is going to resist that very, very, very nicely, so that's great for me. The Ice Beam goes off, and Atlas is pretty much just fine. Now is the perfect opportunity for me to get up my Stealth Rocks and punish this Lapras as it comes in. Yeah, let's do that. Let's get the Stealth Rocks up. My opponent might be inclined to stay in and go for the Surf, and that's fine. I can actually take a Hydro Pump from a Rotom Wash, so I can definitely take a Surf. Yeah, so that's alright. Let's get these rocks up, and that's very nice. We're going to get some lefties recovery now. I am slightly torn between going for a Roar or a Metal Burst. We could get to do good damage to this Lapras. But Atlas walls the Rotom really nice. These battles are going on longer and longer, it seems. I think actually I'm going to go for a Roar, because someone else will be able to do damage to this thing. And as well, it's going to take 25% when it comes back in. Is that a critical hit? No, it's not. Okay, that's fine. Let's go for a Roar, get rid of the Lapras. It's going to take 25% when it comes in anyway. Just don't get the bloody... Okay, we're fine. It's the Delcatty. And it's going to take a little bit of damage from the rocks. And Atlas is looking pretty swell, pretty thoroughly walls the Delcatty unless it has something for me. So what I'm going to do is go for Roar again. And I think this is going to be Atlas's life for a little while. As my opponent goes for the T-Wave, hoping to get some power hacks, I kind of think Atlas is just going to Roar again. There we go. That's okay. Well done, Atlas, you beautiful, beautiful creature. So Combuskin is going to get dragged out. And that's fine for me. I do think that the Sky Uppercut is coming. There's not really anything I can do about it. This is the time we go into Jeeves. Jeeves, my darling, you did so well. You managed to do stuff, Jeeves. You managed. But now you're gonna be a reliable piggyback in for another Pokemon. So well done, Jeeves. The ultimate, the Jeeves Christ. You're doing it, Jeeves. Now, I'm pretty sure that Raichu will be able to outspeed despite the speed boost on the Combuskin. Because I am Timid Nature Scarf, so I don't really see this thing outspeeding regardless. Let's just go for a Volt Switch again. There's not really anything wrong with it. Nobody likes taking the Volt Switch. And we're finally going to take out this monstrous threat. Get rid of the Combustion, so get out, get out, get out. And Gesundheit is going to come back to me. Beautiful, beautiful Gesundheit. You're such a demon when you're scarfed. I love you. So reliable. Now, I do think that the Rotom Fan is probably scarfed. I do think that the Rotom Fan is probably so scarfed. So what I feel inclined to do, actually, I mean, they've got the initiative. There's nothing I can really do. What I am going to do, actually, is go into the... Let's go into MVP. Could encourage the Rotom Fan to come out. And yeah, I do think that the Rotom Fan would probably come out and go for an Air Slash. Yeah, here comes the Rotom. But regardless, Bastiodon resists that completely and will be able to take a Volt Switch just fine. So we're going to be able to get off damage on the Rotom. I'm okay with it coming out. I think we're alright. Let's go, Atlas. You can do it. You're a beautiful, beautiful beast. As the Air Slash comes, and we'll be able to see if this thing Volt Switches out, then it is most certainly locked into whatever it's doing. So that's nice. They might go for Power Flinch, which would be super shitty of them, but... but that's the way the cookie crumbles. I think what I'm actually going to do here is go for a... I think I'm actually going to go for a Stone Edge. So the Lapras is going to come out, and let's see if Atlas has his glasses on today. Can you do it? No, you're paralyzed. It's alright. You definitely tried though. I know you tried very hard. I can tell, buddy. Don't worry about it. I know. Don't even worry about it. So Atlas is going to get a bit of health in the leftovers, and starting to recover a lot now. So it doesn't matter what I went for at all in that moment. My opponent is not going to go for an Ice Beam. I do think they're going to go for a Surf, so I do actually feel inclined to go into MVP to mitigate the damage, anticipate the Ice Beam, and go back out into Atlas. Although what that achieves is incredibly uncertain. I was trying to think maybe I'd get like some leftovers recovery from that or something. Now, do I Roar or do I Metal Burst? The eternal question. I think what I'm going to do actually is go for the Metal Burst here, because I would like to be able to put Lapras in KO range of Raichu. Okay, sweetie, come on. Yes! Let's get the super effective Metal Burst out real quick. That's alright. You did good, buddy. You did good. We just need to put it in enough range for Gesundheit to start slapping it. And you're gonna get a little bit more recovery with your leftovers. I do feel inclined to just let out a Roar. Let's just do that. If you can live the Surf, I will be so impressed, but it's okay if you can't. And so Atlas is finally gonna go down. I could have gone for the Roar earlier, but I really just wanted to get some more damage onto this bloody thing. I really, some Pokemon are just way too bulky for their own good. You know what I'm going to do now? I'm actually going to go into MVP, and I'm going to stick a Toxic on this thing. I think that's what I should have done earlier. Let's do that. MVP, I know you can take Ice Beams. You don't even care, man. I know you can do it. Let's just go for the Toxic. It's alright. MVP can live 1 at least. Probably can live like 2. Yeah! That's the way! That's why you're the MVP! Oh my god. Okay. Okay, alright, it begins. It begins. The MVP is gonna outlive us all, actually. There is really no point. There is absolutely no point even trying to handle the MVP right now. We're just gonna go for a Synthesis here. And it's gonna begin right now. Unless they get a crit, the MVP is going to be able to survive everything they do. A crit or a freeze. And honestly, either or is likely, and, you know, it stinks. But, what I actually want to do with this is just to reduce its HP a little bit. If it does get the freeze on, like, the third Ice Beam or something. That won't bother me too much. I just want to be able to just to reduce its HP and just keep on reducing it and reducing it and reducing it to the point where Raichu can come in and destroy. So let's go for another Synthesis. We're going to be put in even more delicate range now. And we don't have a safe switch in for these Ice Beams anymore or anything like that, so that's a bit sad. We're going to get the Synthesis off. 25, putting me at... if it's over 103, practically the same amount of HP, so this is great. MVP is just surviving, which is what the MVP does. The MVP just lives! Just outlives us all! Worse than a Gliscor, probably. Okay, so... there's not really anything wrong with me staying in again and just going for Synthesis again. Because honestly, nobody wants to switch into an Ice Beam. To be completely frank with you, nobody wants to switch into that shit whatsoever. What did the Rotom do? The Rotom didn't Volt Switch, did it? So it was stuck. So what I can do is just... I can force it to be locked into something, and yeah. Yeah, alright, yeah, that's fine. That's fine, isn't it? That's wonderful! The thing is, like, as shitty as it might be for me to sit in here in Synthesis, as shitty as it might be, I have no other means of being able to deal with this thing. So out comes the Delcatty, and I'm gonna quickly look up Delcatty's speed because I have no idea whatsoever. So let's go Delcatty Smogon. Do you appreciate it when I sing to you? Do you appreciate it? Do you like my dulcet tones? Do you? Hit subscribe for more. You don't have to hit subscribe. Delcatty is pretty fucking slow, man. Why is it so slow? I'm gonna go for the Baton Pass. As my opponent goes for the Heal Bell. Interesting. So that's going to rid Lapras of the poisoning as I get some dear old switch initiative with my Baton Pass. Gonna get to switch out and go into whom is the question. I do kind of feel like going into Wendigo and starting to and just like going for game really. Yeah, I do think that's what I'm gonna do. Let's go into the Wendigo. Actually, it could have T-Wave. Yeah, you could have T-Wave, couldn't you? If you're max HP, you could definitely have the T-Wave, and that would suck. But I do think that the knockoff will kill, so let's just go for that. Yeah, that's gonna be fine. I think it's gonna take it out, and that does take it out. So the Delcatty is going to faint. Kudos for using a Delcatty though, because honestly, the stats are not good. They are not good. I'm looking at them right now. The stats are not that great. It doesn't really have anything that it excels at. Regardless of whether or not it goes for Air Slash or an electric type move, I am free to go into my Raichu, who resists the flying type move and absorbs the electric type move. So their best play is just to go for the Air Slash. And yeah. So Gesundheit is going to take that just fine, and we're not at any risk of flinching or any noise like that. So what I'm actually going to do is go for T-Bolt now. I'm going to start going for T-Bolt. This is going to be a neutral hit on the Rotom, and I think it's going to be enough to take it out. So Raichu may be putting in, you know, maybe doing it now. So the Metang is going to come in and take a tiny weensy bit of damage from the stones. And, ooh, they can EQ, can't they? That they most certainly can! Sugar. Damn, okay, let me think. What can Metang do? I'm pretty sure that it can... It could be a dual screens Metang, that's for sure. I do feel like I want to stay in. The fan is gone. Let's just go into MVP because I'm not really sure what I want to do. And I don't want to waste Gesundheit if I can help it. So let's go into MVP just so we can take a more educated guess as to the rest of what is going to happen. Look at Metam's little friggin' beady eyes, isn't it cute? So MVP is just going to laugh. Absolutely mercilessly. And we're going to go for the Baton Pass here. I'm kind of expecting the Lapras to come out, to tell you the truth. So Master Shake is going to withdraw the Metang, and go into the Lapras. So this is brilliant. Let's get this, they're gonna take some damage from the rocks, and this is gonna, yeah, we're gonna go for the Baton Pass, and we're gonna be able to go out into Raichu, I think, and just start, yeah, just really going for it. Although I do think that Wendigo can probably pull it off from here. I do think that Wendigo can probably do it from here. You know what? I am... I don't know. No, let's just let Gesundheit. Let's just let Gesundheit do it, and I can always fall back on Wendigo if Gesundheit gets taken out by the Metang. For whatever reason. So my opponent did go for Bullet Punch. Look at that. Did you see that? I'm sorry, we are experiencing turbulence. Hold on to your hats. Find a hat. Hold on to it. So sorry, everybody, but that's... See? Right. I haven't been able to get good lives because of this happening. I have no idea what's going on there. So we're just going to go for T-Bolt now. I'm really sorry about that. I hope you did find a hat and grab onto it. I hope it provided with you some comfort. Could have Volt switched out, actually. I really hope that it did something for you. I really hope you found a hat, and I hope you got to hold on to it, and I hope it helped you through that difficult time for me, more importantly. I am so sorry about that quality, about the little hiccup, guys, but that's what happens when your desk is a bed. So the Thunderbolt is going to be a 2KO, as my opponent goes for the Pursuit just in case I were to switch out. And I'm going to go for a Thunderbolt, and the Bullet Punch is resisted, so it's not going to be able to take me out unless we get the crit of all crits. And that is going to be the game, so that was quite a long one. That was indeed quite a long game. I'm sorry, I do feel genuinely very bad for that turbulence there. Oh man, oh man. Anyway, thank you so much, Master Shake, for the battle. I really, really enjoyed that. I really, really like your team, actually. It's always nice to see a Lapras. It's really nice to see a Delcatty. And, really nice to see a Delcatty. I wish it could have shown its potential more, but Delcatty just does seem to be a pretty difficult Pokemon to use. I might consider trying it. Anyway, enough of this ceaseless rambling. Guys, if you enjoyed that video as much as I enjoyed making it, feel free to leave a like, leave a comment. As always, your comments are so appreciated, and I just really adore them. I'm so thankful for any support you guys give me. You are stars. You really are. So, more importantly than the likes, than the comments, than the subscriptions even, I would like for you to take care of yourselves, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye!